Hi, I'm Antonio Centeno, the founder of Real Men, Real Style. Today I'm going to be talking with you about time, money, and how both of those play into you building an interchangeable wardrobe. Now you may notice I am not in my studio. In fact, I'm in Portland, Oregon, visiting my sister, but I wanted to get this video out to you. And before I get into the video, I need to share with you guys a quick story. So I'm unpacking, pulling out my nice clothing. Believe it or not, I don't always travel like this with 3 kids. I do occasionally wear the polo shirt with the cargo shorts, with sandals, or with some nice shoes. Yes, it does happen. But in any case, I had my nice clothing packed, got somehow moved to the bottom of my van, and someone thought it was a great idea to put maple syrup in and around my really nice clothing. Yeah, one of those maple syrups, which is really big where I'm from in Wisconsin, so we're visiting family around the US. One of them broke open, and so there was maple syrup all over my, I think probably had about $5,000 to $6,000 worth of clothing in there, from my dress shoes to my dress shirts. Now, it wasn't that bad. And in fact, my clothing was protected. I'm gonna see this key. And if any of you guys have watched my videos, this is not the first time this has happened. I don't know if you can see it. You got maple syrup all over here. It did not penetrate the ballistic nylon because I use Blue Claw luggage. And Adam over at Blue Claw makes an amazing product right here in the United States. I trust his luggage because I've got kids. I travel quite a bit. Things happen, and I want my clothing protected. And I think that's very important because if you're going to be investing in an interchangeable, high-quality wardrobe, you're going to be building up over a lifetime. You don't want to lose your pieces to things you can't, or you just can't predict. I mean, who could have predicted that maple syrup would have busted all over my clothing? I know I didn't because I didn't put it there. Okay, so 2 things I'm going to talk about today: time and money, and how those play into building an interchangeable wardrobe. So there are 2 strategies, which when I talk to men, I tell them, okay, you're gonna have to either go this route or go this route. The first strategy, and probably what works, especially for young men that are just starting off on their career, is they need to focus on spending a bit more time so that they can spend less money. Now, the other strategy is going to be spend more money, and therefore you can spend less time, although it doesn't always guarantee the results. And that's why I like for men to start off spending more time, because when you're spending more time, it's not just about shopping, although that's a big part of it, because you're going to find you can actually build an amazing wardrobe for less than $50. And you may be saying, wow, that's impossible. Now, go over to the thrift store runway, and you will see hundreds of examples. And in fact, in the article down below, I'm going to link to it. I'm going to talk about thrift store runway, and I'm going to go into those details right there. So when you're spending less money, you need to know what you're looking for. You have to work on your self-education. Now, I put out a number of courses. I also put out, got over 1,000 pieces of free content out there, from over 300 videos to probably 700 or 800 articles, from the art of manliness to a tailored suit to Real Men, Real Style. But if you want more, you should consider taking a course. I offer numerous courses, but so does my friend Alpha M over Aaron Marino over at Alpha M Image Consulting. Go check out his YouTube channel too, by the way. But in any case, go buy a book, go do something, but educate yourself. Make your learning and improving yourself a priority. So that's where the time is mostly going to be spent, is on the education. Then you're going to be going into stores. Another strategy that I recommend to men in my style system, in fact I make them do this, is they have to go into a very nice menswear store. Don't be intimidated. Go in there, look at the best, try on the best, see what the best feels and looks like. You don't have to buy it at this point, but when you do this, you understand what the best is. So when you're thrifting, when you're going through your father's clothing, when you're asking an uncle if he has anything to spare, you can quickly look through that and you can identify, wow, that's a $1,000 sports jacket. It's worth me spending $100 to get that adjusted because I just got it for free. So technically I'm getting a $1,000 well-fitted sports jacket for $100, if not less. So another thing that you can look to do is to do minor alterations in tailoring yourself. One of my earliest clients with a tailored suit was a gentleman down in Florida who learned to sew. He was a bodybuilder and he could not find clothing to suit him. So he spent the time to learn so that he could have clothing that fit him. Again, you're spending more time, you're spending less money. So let's go to the other strategy, which is spending more time, or I'm sorry, spending more money, therefore you have less time, or you spend less time. Now this is for men that are doing pretty well, or that have a bit more in terms of resources, or place it on a higher priority. So these are for your lawyers, doctors, businessmen, sales professionals. You realize that it's worth seeking out and working with a professional. And this is probably the best thing you can do, is find somebody that you trust, especially locally. Go talk to your tailor. I try to give you guys the tools so you can go do this. Know your tailor by name. Treat him with respect. He's like an accountant, like a lawyer. This is somebody you want in your corner who's going to take care of you. So find the right tailor. And even if you have to drive an hour, maybe 2 hours, it's not like you're seeing your tailor every single day. You're only seeing him once every couple months once you've got the relationship started. In fact, if they're a couple hours away, many tailoring services you can actually ship, or you can ship right to him. And if he's got your measurements, he knows everything, he's got them down, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so we've talked about spending more time, we've talked about spending more money, and see how those offset each other. Now, many of you guys are thinking, okay, I don't have any time and I don't have any money. Now, when someone tells me they don't have any time, what they're really telling me, I think, is that it's not a priority. So does that make sense? Do you understand that? I mean, if you are saying you don't have time for this, what you're really saying is it's not a priority for me. And if that is the case, then you really need to go back and you need to look at past articles that we've talked about, that we've written, and we talk about why dressing sharp should be a priority. It doesn't matter if you have a Harvard MBA, you have a computer science degree from Stanford. Nobody sees that when you walk down the street, but they do see how you dress and how you present themselves. I'm not saying that dressing sharp is going to replace a great degree or a strong education or work experience. It shouldn't. But what it does is it helps people make very quick, snap decisions. And instead of hindering you, it helps you. Okay? All right, guys, that's it for this video. Again, go check out my premium sponsor, Blue Claw Luggage. I use a lot of his luggage, and it has really saved my butt, because once you start to spend time and money into your wardrobe, you don't want to lose your best piece. I would have cried if I would have lost this shirt. It's a beautiful shirt. I love it. So go check them out. Guys, look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.